Okay, good morning my dear students. So yesterday itself we have started with a new chapter and the chapter name is Public Relations, right? So yesterday I have given you the introduction for the chapter. Hope you went through the notes, and today we'll be doing understanding public relation in more details. All right? So if you have gone through the notes, it'll be very easy for you all. So please do listen carefully. Okay, in the first chapter, you have learned that communication in one form or another plays a very significant role in our daily life. We use it all the time, every time. What do? We do communication. So often without realizing it, depending on the needs or desires at that moment. So let us consider a situation, all right? So there is a school going child. He is leaving home to catch a bus to reach the school. What does the child look for? Okay, I'll tell you the situation once again. A school-going child is leaving home to catch a bus to reach a school. So what does the child look for? Any guesses? The child looks for the bus stop. Yes, the bus stop. So this is often found in a form of a shelter with the bus routes, numbers indicated on the board for the convenience of the passenger or for the convenience of the child. So the first thing the child looks for is the bus stop. So and now let us take another example. Please listen carefully. The signboards you find on the roads give you direction on how to reach a particular place. Alright, so whenever you travel, you look here and there and you see, what do you see? Signboards, and from there you can make out so how many kilometers is there to reach the particular destination. If you go right, you'll reach there. If you go left, you'll reach the particular place. So signboards is very helpful for the people. So imagine how difficult it would be without these signboards. So there is no signboard, there is a place, no signboard, nothing. You are new to the place. It will be very difficult for you to reach the particular destination. But with the help of the signboards, it will be very convenient. It will be very easy for the people to reach the particular destination. So these are all the common examples of communication exercises for the benefit of the public. For the benefit of whom? For the benefit of the public. So in this lesson, you will learn about the definition, roles of public relation, and also the responsibility of public relation officer, that is PRO. Now let us see the concept of public relations. Let us first try and understand the meaning of public relation. You have already learned that communication is a two-way process. This we have already done. Communication is a two-way process where message and information sent are just as important those that are received. So there is a sender, there is a receiver. So the message is very important for both the sender and for the receiver. The same applies to public relation. So it is all about communicating with others either through a spoken word or a written word or by using visual or some other means. So public relation is communicating with others. Okay, you can either use spoken words, you can either use visuals, you can either use words, written words, or any means of communication. So communication and public relations are linked to each other and play an important role in a wide variety of ways throughout our lives. Okay, you have learned in the first chapter that we communicate by merely looking, okay, by speaking, by our body posture, by our actions. We communicate in a different ways. So communication, if used properly, can used to be inform, can be to give education, to reassure, to evoke, to sympathy of any situations as and when they occur. So we can say that public relation involves two factors. So there is also two factors that involves in public relation. Number one factor is a two-way communication process between an organization and its public. So public relation involves two factors. The number one is it is a two-way communication process between a organization and its public. All right. And the second factor is communication with a view to changing the mindsets of the public in a certain direction. So with this public relation, we can change the mindset of the public, we can change the mindset of the audience, we can change the mindset of the people in a certain direction. So these are the two factors that involves in public relation. So we can therefore define public relation as a form of communication used to persuade or influence people or any audience using ethical means. So it is important to understand that communication here in public relation is a receiver phenomenon. So it gives emphasis on what? On the receiver's part. It is controlled not only by the sender but rather by the receiver, or in other words the audience. So this communication process, it is controlled not only by the sender but the receiver plays a very important role. The receiver is also known as the audience, or it can also be termed as a public. So for example, if a speaker he delivers a speech effectively in Hindi, but the audience does not understand Hindi, all right? No real communication takes place. So if I am delivering this recorded class in Hindi, but you students, you don't understand Hindi, then it is of no use, because I am talking in Hindi, but the receiver, I am the sender and you are the receiver. But the receiver, you don't understand the language. It is not effective. It does not, real communication does not take place. Therefore, the most important aspect of public relation is to focus on the key public. So the focus should be on the key public. In other words, the people who will receive the communication. So if I am communicating, I am focusing on my students. So I have to use the language English. If I talk in French, you'll not be able to understand what I am teaching. So the key public, the focus on key public is very important. The receiver is very important while dealing with public relation. Now let us consider the following list of product, services and public who uses this. So you can see here there is a product and service, and that is the public. So this is the key focus, this is the key public, all right? So hospital, they focus on patients. They can't focus on healthy people, right? So they focus on patient. Merchant, they focus on their customers. Schools, they focus on their students. Television, they focus on whom? They focus on the viewers. And radio, they focus on the listeners. All right. So these are the product and service, and the key public are the following that I've already explained. So hospital, they focus on patients, school on the students, television on the viewers, and radio on their listeners. So in the given list, you will find that the target group or public that a hospital has to focus are on the patient. They can't focus on the healthy people. Likewise, merchant have to address customers, school, their students, television, its viewers, and radio, its listeners. So you will find that the desire, interest, and needs of each of the above target public are different. So their needs are different. Hospital, the needs is the patient, no? So their needs, the desires, the interests are different. Understanding this differences and communicating in an effective manner is the vital skill of public relations. So understanding the public, they must be they should know their public, they should understand the public, and they should also be very effective, they should use in the effective manner. It is the vital skill of public relation. So the key words here are understanding and effective. So the public relation situation is an effort to win the support of the public by addressing their wants, interests, needs rather than your own. So you shouldn't focus on your own interest, rather you should focus on the interests, needs of the public. So the signboards that you find, I have already given you the example, the signboards that you find on the road is a simple example of public relation. Thus, in public relation, we can say that the process of communication involves the following three progressive levels. So, there are three progressive levels that involves in the process of communication. Number one is awareness, alright? The message should reach the public. Awareness means that the message that you want to deliver should reach the public. Number two is acceptance. The public should agree with the message. So the public should have the acceptance, the feeling of acceptance of the message. Third one is action. The public should act or interact accordingly. So the action should be taken by the public. So these are the three process of communication, that these are the three progressive levels. So to understand this, let me give you one more example, that example of a television advertisement on a new brand of washing powder. Alright, so there is a launch of a new brand of washing powder. Some of the viewers are found to be convinced about the quality of the new product. So they take a decision to buy the product and try it out. Alright. So here you can see, with this example, you can see that the awareness is that there is an advertisement program on a new brand of washing powder. That is the awareness. The public, they are knowing that there is a launch of a new washing powder. Acceptance means that some of the viewers are found to be convinced about the quality of the new product. So they are accepting that, they are convinced to use that the quality of the washing powder is very good, and they are willing to use the washing powder. That is acceptance. Alright, that is the second progressive level. Third one is action, that is the public, they take a decision to buy the product and try it out. So they are making an action, they want to buy and they want to use it. So this is the action that is taken by the public. So this is the example of three progressive level of public relation, that is awareness, acceptance and action. Alright, so this is the concept of understanding public relation. Hope you understood the content. See you in next class with a new topic, that is responsibility of public relation officer and roles of public relation. Okay, thank you. Happy Diwali.